The role of content creators in the creative industry and in Nigeria can no longer be overemphasized, as we know they have become one of the biggest creators of job and employer of labor. Where we have different people creating a niche for themselves from the angle of indigenous content makers, or you want to call some of them will call them cross-dressers, while some will say women acting like men, and others playing multiple roles. But one thing is common among content creators. We see them playing dual personalities in one content. And of course, they're able to make us laugh. Today on the Amina Atairu Show, we're going to explore finest content producer and brand influencer. He's one person who says his inspiration comes from motherhood. Before I unveil him, we'll take a break, and when we return, the Amina Atairu Show continues. Don't forget, I'm your host, Amina. Do stay tuned. The Amina Atairu Show, finding answers. Thank you for always staying tuned. It's the Amina Atairu Show, and like I said, I have a content producer, brand influencer, fashionista. What should I call him? Someone who has also empowered a lot of young girls during his university days. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome Folagade Banks.
Hello everyone, good evening. So when you were doing the introduction, I was looking like this. I bet. Should I only be all these accolades?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to have you. I love your shoes.
My shoes.
Chai.
We say, as per se, we know to get height like that. So when we are going out with girls, do it, imagine shaking, imagine happy short. So nice. Increase the pitch. That's what we did with the shoe.
You've always known to be let me call it a fashionista.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Don't worry, we've done our small research and we know. So I want you to take us first to your beginning. How did Folagade Bank, how did he start?
Folagade Bank started from my uni days. That was when the brand started, and it came with the name Folagade Banks. That time it didn't even have this direction. When I started as a fashion, as somebody that loves fashion, as a fashionista, and then I was looking for a way to portray this. I was looking for ways to just make it multi-dimensional. So I said, okay, what can I do in this fashion world? I cannot make clothes, and I cannot model it because I don't have the height. I said, okay, what if, because I love when people look good, and I see a lot of people look good, and I see the potentials in them. So when I entered school, then I entered Obafemi Awolowo University in Ife. So when I got admission into that school, before when they give me admission, I was like, I don't want to be the normal student that will just be going to class, go back to stay. No, I said I want to have an impact. I'm a very, very impactful person right from my starting days, right from the days of me being a teenager. So I said, what can I do? So that was when I said, okay, let me start a modeling agency. So I started a modeling agency when I was in part 1. Yes, my first semester. And when I started this modeling agency, I didn't even leave it at that. I started a record label with it. Yes, because as in school, in universities, there are a lot of talents.
Sure.
And instead of you just, some people before they graduate, they will even forget their talents. So let us engage you. So that was why I started the modeling agency and the record label that time. So it was conjoined together. So we're doing it by the end of the day. The record label and our TS, we try come all the place. Now that one is a story where we say touch, but maybe just leave them there. So and then I now had to face the modeling agency, and see, I graduated from OAU. My modeling agency was the biggest modeling agency because I remember back then I used to mobilize models from OAU to Lagos for Lagos Fashion Week, for Fashion Finest. I will mobilize them to the auditions. Those that pick will be able to walk on the runway. That was what I was doing, and we're getting paid. So I was like, because I've always been that kid that doesn't want to be calling them at home that I need stuffs. I want to be able to do stuffs by myself, for myself. So You know, it was making cool cash. I didn't even know that I would become a content creator.
Oh, yeah?
What I had in mind, you know, progressing in uni was that, okay, by the time I graduate, my modeling agency will be big. We'll be doing fashion. But, you know, along the line, I just found out that there's this purpose I have not tapped into. You know, and I'm a very, very spiritual person. I communicate with God a lot. So I said, God, this thing did. Because I'm a very, very interesting person.
I see that already.
I'm a very, very interesting person. Right from my primary school days, my teachers would be like, which kind of boy is this?
Don't tell me you were the noisemaker in class.
I was. I got into a lot of trouble because of that. I was the noisemaker because I was so jovial, and I never loved the dull moment. I want everything. I want people to be happy. So my friends from primary school, from secondary school, when I was graduating from secondary school, they gave me all these awards that they used to give. I think we were like over 100 students in my set, and I got the most jovial student.
Aww.
I got the chatterbox. I got the funniest boy. You know, I got a lot of awards like that. So it has always been there, but you know, it now became like an alter ego. Because when I got into uni, I became that bougie boy. So
tell me, like, what has growing up been for you? Are you the one from the humble background, the middle, even though we don't have middle anymore? But as then, the silver spoon, which was it?
Oh, I would say somewhere between the silver spoon and the middle, if there's anything like that. Okay. Because I can't say, you know, if you are saying silver spoon now, you are talking about all these them Dangote standards.
Exactly.
They no reach there. But we were very, very okay. My dad was a dual processing engineer.
Oh, great.
Civil engineer. My mom, she retired as an headmistress, school headmistress, government school. So for you to know that we were okay, you know, my dad was a contractor, so he used to get big contracts and everything.
All that.
So I grew up as you know, I got the best toys, went to the best schools, you know, everything went well until, you know, when I wanted to enter uni. You know, I lost my dad, my mom retired, you know, as the last born. So stuff like that happened. So I had to rewire myself from the way I grew up. Because when I could remember that growing up, there was a time my dad bought 2 cars in a day. Yes. There was because we were actually, you know, living the life. Yeah, all right. Well, school bus will take you to school. You know, the body lifestyle. So growing up, when I was not about to enter the real life.
That's when.
You are now telling me that all those, when it really matters. Me, we are supposed to enter school with, right, do everything. But at that time, you know, stuffs went, you know, a little bit.
To the other side.
To the other side. But then it wasn't that bad. But we were still okay. But then I just knew that, okay, things are not as boom as it used to be. So I had to make sure that I was doing something for myself by myself.
So fast forward into content, you know, creation and your style of content, talking about motherhood and all that. What was your mom's reaction to that? Understanding that she was a former headmistress. How did she react to that? Was she okay with it?
Okay, the fact that, you know, every mother, they want their children to be a lawyer,
doctor.
Be a doctor. My dad is an engineer. Right from the time I was little, we had people on my street that would be calling me engineer, because my dad is an engineer, so you expect me to be it doesn't happen like that. So they have an expectation. And even my brother too used to tell me that, you should be a doctor. You know, they wanted to do it from the scratch. When I was in SS1, they were already putting it in my head. You know, me to add it in my head or to I entered SS1. When I started doing physics, chemistry, I said, if you like say this one, don't go work you. If you like say go top small. So before I entered SS3, I knew that that wasn't my way. I cannot be in the medical line. It's not something I would like to do. So I told my mom first. I said, I don't want to be a doctor. And she said, it's fine. You know, she's a liberal person. She lets you just, because I will still talk about that, because my mom is very, very big on talent. Oh my goodness.
Great.
She loves, when she was in service, she was that kind of teacher that will make sure that for the end of the year party, every girl, every boy comes and she teaches them cultural dance. So she's very, very big on talent. She loves when you use your talent. She always, I remember when I was growing up, she will always be the one to tell us that your talent is a God-given gift. So you don't hide it, because when God comes back, He's going to ask for it. So have you multiplied it? Have you abandoned it? God will ask. So which one do you want? Which side do you want to be on that day? So I've always had that at the back of my mind. That, okay, my talent. So it was not left for me to find the talent. So when I told her that, and I didn't even know, because I was already in science class. So if I don't, it was as bad as me not wanting to do anything that had physics in it.
You'd have just gone to art class, JJ.
Or commercial. So when I got to SS3, SS2, when they wanted to start preparing us for senior WAEC, I said, what do I do? I was going to meet our school counselor. I said, I don't want to do physics. She said, no, you will do it, because they know that for you trying to run away from those kind of subject, that means that you are not a serious student. They don't believe that there's we all have our area of
specialty and strength.
And everything where we're good at. So I thought that I'm very, very good in economics, geography. I always have A1 in economics. There was even a time that I should get the best student prize in geography.
Oh, yeah?
But one student just used 1 mark
to pass
me. So there was one of my friends that said, should we do banking and finance or something? And we were both in science. I was like, really? Is that possible? She said, we just do economics, do geography, do maths, do English in your jam. I said, I didn't talk too much. When I got to my son, Mommy, I know what I want to do now. Daddy, I know what I want to do. I want to go into banking and finance. And they said, wow, really? That's good. Economics. I said, yes. So when we did the jam, they gave me geography. And I love geography so much. So that was how I entered uni to do geography. But all along, my parents never had issue with me saying I don't want to be a doctor.
Nice.
They found it. They said anything you want to do, just be good at it. Make sure that you are leading. Even if you are not leading, make sure that you are putting all your efforts and be working towards leading. That was their motto. And that is still their motto now. So everything I'm doing now, I make sure that I put all my efforts. If you check my content, I make sure I'm not lagging. I make sure I put everything, dot my teeth, do everything right, because that was how I was brought up.
Yeah, on the content, all over social media, we find out that it's more of motherhood.
On my own.
Your own, the one you do, but of course your collaborations and all that. And
I do some other content too, but my major, that's the seller, the motherhood.
Now, allow me to ask this.
Okay.
Motherhood for a male content creator. There's a perception.
Oh, really?
Right, like having a lot of male. I don't know if you ever heard the story or the reports where a Kenyan content creator, shot some fire, I would say, at Nigerian content creators, saying that there were a lot of cross-dresser content creators that the regular and all that. And of course, some of your colleagues came out to attack him and whatever. But my question is that, how do people respond to you when you go out, understanding that the perception online, on the digital space, which is very big, is more of, this our motherhood, Falagade banks, the Mama Africa, and all that. How do you respond?
How do I segregate the Falagade
and that woman, that Mama?
That Mama Diola.
Mama Diola.
That's a very, very nice question, because before I started making Mama Diola, I've been doing a lot of content as Falagade Banks. I already had like 50,000 followers or thereabouts before I ventured into Mama Diola. So before I even did the first Mama Diola content, I was so skeptical about it.
Oh, yeah?
I said, how do you want to do this? You are not, because when I started, it was more of monologues. You're not going to wear wig. You're not going to do, because I cannot put on chain. You're not going to wear makeup. I can't. Because it's not like I say people doing it, but me, I don't, it's not something I find myself, it's not something I find myself doing, So I said, how do you not want to do it? You can't dress. You are not dressing up. I said, well, forget about it. But then I just kept, feeling like, that's one thing about me. If there's something I should do and I've not done,
you will not be
that I'm procrastinating, I won't be satisfied. And there's this part of me that will be telling me that, what if you do it now? So I was out of curiosity. I just sat in front of my camera, had a phone, and was like, hello, Femi. My phone, I didn't even put Nigerian mother. I didn't put Nigerian father. I just said Nigerian parents. And people were like, oh my goodness, my mom does this, my dad does that, blah, 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 blah. And the engagement was really encouraging. And I said, oh my goodness, because back in the days when I'm always talking with my friends, we're always gisting, you know, when you're far from home, you'll be gisting about your home, how you were brought up. So when we're talking about stuff our mothers used to do, they're always similar to each other. I would say, these are our mothers. Did they go to the same school? Yeah. Or how come all of them have same mentality about stuff? So I was like, there are a lot of stuff I would like to do about this Nigeria period. Some people really love it like this. So I did the second video, and then I found it on a lot of blogs, Bella Ninja, Mufasa Today, a lot of blogs. It was everywhere. I started having like 10,000, 15,000 likes, over 100,000 views. You know, followers, I said, it be like say God want us to do something here.
Okay.
You know, it be like say there's a purpose for me here. So I was like, okay, let's go on with that. So I started like that. I didn't just start this Mama Diola wearing robe, you know, coming with the comic looks. No, I didn't just, I made sure that I let people know that, okay, this is the brand. When I had nothing on my head, no clothes, it was just my normal casual clothes that I wear at home. So people, it's already had a large following at that time.
Okay.
So at some point, and I have a godmother, Auntie Funke Akindele. You know, there was a time I shot a content with Tahoma. And when I shot that content, that was the first time Tahoma gave me clothes to wear. That, okay, this is where you have to dress that Mama Diola part. You know, so that place I met Auntie Ronke Oshodi. She's a Yoruba. You know Auntie Ronke Oshodi. So I was like, let's just do something funny. You know, and then we did something funny, and I wore my shirts, I wore my normal trouser, and I tried to put a cloth on my head. And then the video was really good. People loved it. And Auntie Funke entered my DM and told me that if you're doing something, you
have to go for it.
Go for it. This is a brand that is already big. Wow. And you have to treat it like that. So why don't you dress the part? You have to dress the part. And I'm like, that's true. He said, it's a big, I said, I'm not really, I don't want to start wearing. She said, do it. Anything that is worth doing is worth doing well. Don't just be doing it on
a low scale.
On a low scale. Do it. Express it as it should be. Art should come in its purest form. Don't dilute it. You know, and I understood that as an artistic person, when it comes to your crafts, don't hold anything back.
True that.
You can code that anywhere.
True that.
Don't hold anything back. Do as much as possible to create that image, to put that picture out there. That is you creating, you know, the art
itself.
If you can give it 100, why are you going to give it a 40? Why don't you just, you know, do it?
Just go for it.
Just go for it. So when it comes to cross-dressing, I feel like I won't call this, when it's for comedy purposes, I won't call it cross-dressing. I'll call it just playing multiple roles. Okay. Because in my skit, I can play Baba Diola. I can play Mama Diola. I can play husband, son-in-law. I can play all these stuff. But cross-dressing are these, you know, are those people that do it as lifestyle. This is who I am. This is how I want to be seen. They are going out cross-dress. They are doing this cross-dress, makeup every day. You know, that's their way of life, which is fine by everybody. But for we that we are doing it as comedy, you know, the ladies are dressing as guys, Azani, you know, she's a friend, Tahoma.
Yeah, they do it a lot.
Yes, they do it a lot. And to the guys, you know, they are trying to bring out their art in its purest form. Let them do it.
Have you ever been approached by same sex?
Let me laugh.
Just because. Yes, just because. Because I mean, they call you Mama Diola. Have you ever been approached
by same sex?
By same sex.
For what?
To say, yo, Mama Diola Alpha.
Even if you want to roll like that, Mama Diola character is a big character. Nobody wants. Mama Diola is an SU. So I won't say she's attractive, except if you are a very, very weird person. Because Mama Diola is a church woman that doesn't care about Mama Diola doesn't do worldly things. That doesn't wear earring, wear makeup. That doesn't. I don't think Mama Diola should appeal to anybody in that manner.
But have you ever had?
No, I haven't.
Not yet.
Which one is not yet? Do you want to? Do you have people from Mama Diola? Mama Diola is married to Baba Diola, and they are in their 70s, their 60s.
Amazing. So how has that journey been? Has it been really great?
The journey,
yes.
The journey of
content, being a content creator.
Especially we go live on my sister. It's been really, really great. We thank God. We thank God. We thank God. It's been really, really great. Coming from fashion world to entering the content creation world.
There's one thing that is reported that stands out among content creators, especially skit makers. You guys are very communal and enjoy a lot of collaboration. Why do you think that is existing in your space?
Because I feel like everybody knows that they need everybody. Tree know they exist alone by itself and they call it forest. No, for it to be a forest, there has to be many trees. So it's a community of people, of creatives. You know, I feel like when you first start, take a cheap on collaborations.
Okay.
Try and put yourself out here. Let people know your brand.
Do the work.
Do the work. Don't go. Even if they are calling you at that time, don't go. Because they will water it down. But when you get to a certain level, yes, you have to collaborate. You will have friends in the content creation world. So why don't you mingle with them? Do content with them. You know, so I feel like the reason why it is prominent in our space is that people already know that if you do something on your own page now, you do it with this person. And Instagram has really helped. You can do collaborative posts. Yes. So you gather this person audience. That person gather your own audience. It's a win-win case for both parties. Sure. Do you get? It's a win-win case. So why not? So it's a good thing.
So tell us now, the Folagade Bank's net worth.
Net what?
What? Yes, net worth.
You know, since I
because you have a lot of, I mean, it's a big space, it's a growing industry. We have a lot of young people who are abandoning, you know, whatever career that, you know, they've seen to say, you know what, skates making seems to be where the money is.
Yes,
you know,
and they want to bring money, they want to bring it in.
Do you understand? So,
yeah.
I mean, what's the net worth of Folagade Bank as we speak
First
right
of all, that question, because me, I don't think I have any net worth that I will tell you about. But that question, if you have a working career, so for all the people that want to come into the creative industry, just because they want to come and make money, I will advise you to Punkpi. If you understand that language is from the South, calm down. Don't come into the creative industry because you want to come and make money, because you might be disappointed. When you start, money might not come. It's not even might, it will not come. Because when I say making content, I didn't know I could make money from it. I didn't know. Because I just wanted to do it to fulfill the purpose of me doing it. I want to make people happy with it. That's why I was doing it. So when somebody came to meet me and offered me money, 100K.
During
COVID. That was in 2020. So I was like, So money there for this thing like this. Hey, we go take here, we go fail, because I no go say we go die here, but we go take. But this was, so that was when I knew that, okay, yes, we could actually get paid. I think the person asked me to do it for 3 weeks, to post for like 3 times in 3 weeks. I was like, this thing where I enjoy as I do, talking inside camera. To hell with fashion, Kenny. Yeah, now here with him. So that was it. You know, at first, when I started doing it, if I had the idea that, okay, I'm doing it for the money, the first 3 months, there will be nothing to keep me going.
True that.
Because when that money is not coming, I will quickly say, I can get it. You know, I will leave it. Amazing. Do you understand? But because the thing that was driving me was bigger than money.
So so at the end of the day, Folagade Banks is focused on his content.
Yes.
Is there any side business to
I have side business. Now I'm aside my content now, I want to go into producing TV content, not Instagram content.
Not Instagram content.
There's no Instagram content. I want to go into that, and I want to go. Don't let me touch that because they are still in the incubator.
Okay.
So People should just watch out for that.
Amazing. Thank you.
So, okay.
No, go ahead.
Because I still want to help them.
Please,
so that they won't say.
we're not done.
So, if you let money be your goal, you won't have what to keep you going. You will drop out along the line. And if you let popularity be your goal, or be what you are doing it for, when the popularity doesn't come on time, within 1 month, if you are still getting 9 likes, 10 likes, 50 views, you will drop it. But let's just give yourself that purpose to keep doing it. You know, be doing your part. What is your part? Your part is drop a video. You don't care if it now gets 10,000 views or 1,000 views. Just drop it. Fulfill that your own part of the contract with God.
Amazing.
Do that part. So when, by the time you do it for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, if your content is good, I'm telling you the real fact, you won't even know where those people will come from.
Great.
So you just have to know that no other thing should make you go into content creation aside the passion. Every other thing will now join. Feminie, you're welcome.
Mama Diola.
Hey, you want Mama Diola to come in?
Yes.
No.
So, is Folagade Banks, is he single, in a relationship, planning for marriage? Or
I would like to lie. I'm in a relationship.
No, you don't even talk and waste if we understand that's a lie. So you're single?
I'm single. Single, but am I ready to mingle?
Are you ready?
Everybody loves money now, so let us make the money very well first before we now call people to come and shop out of it. The money where we they make now, our mouth is only for this mouth. If 2 mouth puts mouth inside, they go suck and dry.
Wow.
So now let us
So now
just be using it. Means I can't laugh. But then, you know, I'm right now my career, my job, that's what I'm focusing on. That's what I'm focusing. It's not like I'm not open to good relationships. If it comes, we will give it a try. Yeah. But right now.
So even the one you came into the studio with, nothing.
That one, she's not serious.
Thank you, Folagade.
Thank you so much, Amina.
Yeah, thank you for this. We hope for the best in future.
Yeah,
and of course, to get your net worth published out there, like I was told in August. So we'll be waiting by the end of August.
It's heavy.
To get that. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Amina. I'm so happy to be on your show.
Great to have you always. Yes, and that has been our conversation with one of Nigeria's finest content producer, brand influencer, fashionista, Folagade Banks. Like he said, let your passion drive you.
Yes.
Until we come your way again next episode. My name remains Amina Atairu. Do always stay tuned. Bye-bye.